Yeah, before we get into it, we're going to start off the news with some Star Trek Online news and notes. But before we do that, I just wanted to mention that we did give away a Anvil C8R Pisces on the channel this week. So congratulations to winner there. And also this week, we teamed up with Star Trek Fleet Command. I'm really excited about this sponsorship because it gives us an opportunity to give better ships and more giveaways for the community and all that stuff. And it's also a good game that I'm actually playing. So, actually, it seems like a lot of the people who stop by the channel and frequent the channel regularly also play it too. So I know it's a good game. I wouldn't play a game here, sponsored or not, if it wasn't something that I actually play or that it fits in our community. So I'm really excited about this one. So if you want to help out the channel, you want to support us, please scan a code or look in the description for a link to Star Trek Fleet Command. And as long as you create a new account on your mobile device, must be mobile device for this one, you can contribute to the channel. And especially if you get to level 5 and level 10, that really helps us out on the sponsorship drive. So I appreciate any support we can get there. We had a really great showing last night. Probably one of my larger crowds. Definitely the largest crowd we had all of last week. All turned out just for this game. So that's how much fun it is. And as a matter of fact, if Bromway stops by, she can go on forever about how she's hooked on it and plays it all the time at work. So anyway, check that out. But right now in Star Trek Online, it's the 13th anniversary Terran bundle sale. So that's a big deal for people like me who love starships. And there are some good ships in this bundle that are available for sale right now. Right now, it looks like they got 4 new ships: T6 Terran Eagle Pilot Raider, T6 Terran Sirius Command Dreadnought Cruiser. Everybody loves a Dreadnought, right? A T6 Terran Hydra Intel Destroyer, and a T6 Terran Monitor Miracle Worker Carrier. So I always think it's kind of funny how in Star Trek they use that Scotty Miracle Worker designation. But on top of that, you can see right here they've got some really cool liveries as well too for the ships. Looks like a Discovery class, but it's the Terran version, of course. Universal frame kit here, and the Terran Beverly Crusher. Don't know if you guys are watching Star Trek Picard, which also dropped this week. Forgot. That's definitely newsworthy. I haven't seen a new Star Trek Picard yet, but everybody who has seen it tells me it looks really good. And we know that Dr. Crusher plays a major role in this season, so definitely check it out, though. So you can get a Terran Dr. Beverly Crusher Bridge Officer, holographic Bridge Officer for your ship in this sale, and a whole bunch of other stuff going on here. Look at this Terran EV suit. So looks like some good stuff up for sale here. Ooh, a Styx Terran Dreadnought Cruiser. I kind of dig this. Although it's not my usual style. But yeah, it looks like some good ships on sale here. And the Star Trek news doesn't just stop there. We also have the Good Day to Die event going on right now. I believe that started 2 days ago. I'm creating a new Klingon just for this event as well too. We talked about this last week, but you get the Torchbearer armor as one of the things you can unlock in this event, as well as the EV suit, costume unlock, and a Torchbearer Badleth. Gotta admit, I'm not too crazy about the Badleth, but this reminds me very much of I get very much like H.R. Giger alien type vibes with this armor here. So I think that'd be really cool. Let's see, Scarlet says holographic officers are interesting in that they aren't affected by lack of oxygen and other gases. That's true. We don't have to worry about their vitals. Alright, Bass, that sounds pretty good when we get in there. So anyway, definitely check that out. Also looks like a 35% off Klingon sale going on there. So Star Trek Online's got a lot of good stuff going on right now. Alright, changing gears a little bit. Game I haven't played a lot, but we do play here on the channel from time to time. Sean Murray from No Man's Sky has dropped a new emoji, and if you guys know anything about No Man's Sky and Sean Murray and his habits, usually when he drops an emoji, that means that a big update is coming. Here on his Twitter page, you can see some of the emojis that have been dropped in the past that correspond with other No Man's Sky updates. So right now, the No Man's Sky community is speculating. What could it be? What is the next update going to be? And I think it's a heart-shaped emoji that he dropped this time for Valentine's Day. So we'll have to see, but I'm definitely looking forward to that and tracking that. And also, another sign that a big update is coming is that sales of the game usually are announced on Steam and all the other platforms. So right now, I believe it's on sale in the Nintendo store. I'm not sure about the other stores yet, but that's usually a sign of good things to come. And we do know in the future, I think they paused development on this. I'm not quite sure, but I do know that they're working on a PSVR version of No Man's Sky. Right now, I think it's only available in PC VR if you want to play it in VR, which is a good experience. I can say I did that for a little bit until I got a little nauseous, because sometimes with VR I get a little motion sick, but it was pretty neat to be able to play the game and actually climb into your ship. You'd go with the purple heart? Yeah, I think people are saying that the heart is going to be linked to some sort of military operation. I don't know too much about the military stuff. I wish Dan was around. He'd probably explain that to me. But maybe that means we've got a combat update coming up. Who knows? We will have to see. All right, and finally, in Star Citizen, I think an Inside Star Citizen dropped yesterday. I didn't get any time to actually take a look at this one. So since I'm still updating my client, why don't we take a look at it together and see if there's any interesting stuff out there for us.
Meetings. And don't forget to keep your eyes on the RobertSpaceIndustries.com website and socials for information on the pending release of Alpha 318. It's got salvage, cargo, persistence, and more.
Cargo,
and
persistence.
There's a new Scorpius. The things you'll learn on Twitter.
I was hoping we'd talk about the new Scorpius here.
I'm Jared Huckabee, and we'll see you all here next week.
Ugh, what a tease, Jared. What a tease. All right, well, if Jared won't talk about the Scorpius, I'm going to go there. I will talk about the Scorpius, because I have feelings about this new Scorpius, at least from what I know about it. All right, so you guys in the Discord have been keeping me up to date and dropping little nuggets of information about a new Scorpius variant that's dropping. It's supposed to be the EMP, electronic warfare variant of the Scorpius. We don't know what the price is going to be quite yet. But it says stop your target from escaping via the powerful EMP generator and quantum jammer. Finish off incapacitated targets with 4 laser repeaters and a rack of missiles. So it looks like they're taking off the turret off the top right and putting on the EMP device, if I'm reading this correctly. Because a typical Scorpius, Space Scorpius, has 8 laser repeaters, right? It looks like they're down to 4. Also says the convertible frame maximizes fuel efficiency, cruising speed, and combat proficiency. So my question is, and this is a nice little teaser animation. Where'd you guys get this one from, Bass? It looks pretty cool to me. Most Scorpius pilots fly it solo. That is true. Although you do know that to get the full potential of the ship, you should have a gunner. But as we can see here from the teaser, yeah, the turret is missing. I thought that might mean that you don't have a co-pilot seat, but it looks like in this other picture here, there is a co-pilot seat going on here with the cool mantis-like effect for the EMP. I'm sorry, not the EMP, the quantum snare, right? The quantum jammer. The EMP kind of knocks out all the systems in the ship. Yes, QED, thank you. Thanks for correcting me, because you guys know I'm really terrible with the names. But yeah, so the quantum jammer essentially will stop ships from jumping out, and the EMP will also disable the electronics inside of the ship. So here's where we get to my feelings. My feelings part. The Mantis right now is the quantum jammer in the RSI lineup. So where does that put the Mantis in all of this, especially for people who bought Mantis Eye? We all know that the Mantis's Achilles heel is that it isn't armed with weapons, so this Scorpius seems like it solves that problem. But if I was a Mantis owner right now, I think I might be a little bit annoyed. Now, I am a Hawk owner, and my Hawk supposedly does EMP because it's supposed to be a bounty hunting light fighter. But let's be honest, the Hawk, it's not the most heavily armed fighter out there, so, and it's not the most armed one either, so it's kind of not really as useful as a fighter as I would like it to be. I mean, I hope they really revisit the Hawk and maybe give it a little bit of some more love. But I think for Hawk owners like me and for Manti, I want to say mantis, mantises. What's the plural for mantis? Anyway, for mantis owners and for Hawk owners, I think you might feel a little bit sour, but you could probably upgrade to this variant. But the other reason why I'm kind of like getting in my feelings about this is I'm kind of like tired of seeing different variants of ships. Dare I say, and I know this is going to be a hot take, and I know not everybody's going to agree with me here, but I think Elite Dangerous has it right and Star Citizen has it wrong when it comes to ships. And what I mean by that, just stick with me here. I know Elite gets a lot of flack for being a grind-heavy game, but Elite Dangerous, you can put any component on pretty much any ship. It's just that the variations of ships have different size slots, basically. So that's your limitation, right? So, you may get devices that are a smaller version of a larger device or something like that, like a smaller size mining laser, for example. Just going to use that as an example. Might fit in a smaller, lower tier ship, whereas a larger tier ship, you can fit a larger module in there. That seems like it makes a lot more sense to me than having all these different variants out there. Now, I know from a marketing standpoint and I know from a sales standpoint, that's probably why we have all these different variants of ships, but I don't see any reason why. I mean, they basically just took off the turret and replaced it with the EMP module here. And this isn't the only ship that does this, right? Caterpillar should be modular. There are some other alluded to be modular ships in Star Citizen, but we also have ships with a lot of different variants as well too. Like the Cutlass, there's no reason why the Cutlass's cargo bay can't be swapped out for the medical bay or the cells, right? That's in the Cutlass Blue, for example. So I don't know. I just think they could do a little bit better, and I think in this instance, this is probably where I'd give the nod a little bit more to Elite Dangerous. I think for as players, it's a better deal. But anyway, that's enough on my hot take for the week. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments if you're watching this one on YouTube. All right, so that's all I have for news for this week. I think let's get into some PTU action because there's a new PTU update that just dropped, and I think I am fully updated. And right now, I'm watching the Bass cam right now. Let me put it up on the big screen. Looks like Bass is practicing with the buggy racing going on out there.